Have you ever wondered what happens inside your car during a collision? In that split second, a complex system springs into action to save your life. Today, we're diving deep into the incredible science behind one of the most important safety features in modern vehicles. The airbag. How does this soft cushion inflate faster than the blink of an eye to protect you? Stick around as we unpack the amazing technology of airbags. So, what exactly is an airbag? At its core, it's a vehicle safety device. It's an occupant restraint system that consists of a flexible fabric bag, also known as a cushion, designed to inflate extremely rapidly during a collision. Its purpose is to provide a soft cushion for the occupants and absorb the energy of their forward motion, preventing them from hitting hard interior objects like the steering wheel, dashboard, or windows. It works in tandem with your seatbelt, which is why it's called a supplemental restraint system, or as. Always remember, airbags are designed to work with seatbelts, not replace them. The story of the airbag begins way back in the 1950s. The earliest patents were filed by inventors in both Germany and the United States. Walter Linderay in Germany and John Hetrick in the US both had the idea of a compressed air system that would inflate a cushion to protect drivers. However, these early designs had a major flaw. They were too slow. The mechanical systems just couldn't inflate the bag fast enough to be effective in a real-world crash. The real breakthrough came in the late 1960s with the invention of a reliable crash sensor and the use of chemical. A Japanese inventor, Yasuzaburo Kobori, developed an explosive-based system that could inflate an airbag in milliseconds. This was the game changer. Automakers, particularly in the United States, began experimenting with this new technology. In 1973, the Oldsmobile Tornado became the first car with a passenger airbag sold to the public. By the late 80s and 90s, thanks to public demand and government regulations, airbags became a standard feature, saving countless lives since. Now for the really cool part. How does it all work in that critical moment? The whole process, from impact to full inflation, happens in about 40 milliseconds. That's faster than you can blink. It all starts with the sensors. Modern cars are equipped with multiple sensors, primarily accelerometers, placed in strategic locations like the front bumper and passenger cabin. These sensors are constantly measuring the car's speed and, more importantly, its rate of deceleration. They are incredibly smart. They can distinguish between a severe collision and something minor like hitting a curb or a hard pothole. The sensors are programmed to trigger the airbag system only when they detect a deceleration force that is equivalent to hitting a solid wall at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. This prevents accidental deployments that could be more dangerous than helpful. Once the sensors detect a significant crash, they send an electrical signal to the airbag control unit, which is the brain of the system. This control unit instantly analyzes the data from the sensors. Things like the force of the impact and where it came from. If the crash is severe enough, the control unit sends a signal to the inflator module. This is where the magic, or rather the chemistry, happens. Inside the inflator is a small canister containing a chemical propellant. The most common one is a solid compound called sodium azide. When the signal from the control unit reaches the inflator, it ignites the sodium azide. This isn't a slow burn. It's a rapid, controlled chemical reaction, almost like a tiny rocket motor firing. This reaction produces a massive amount of harmless nitrogen gas instantly. It's this rush of nitrogen gas that inflates the nylon fabric airbag, bursting out from its housing in the steering wheel, dashboard, or other locations at speeds of up to 200 miles per hour. The entire bag is fully inflated before the occupant's body even begins to move forward from the impact. The airbag itself is made of a thin, woven nylon fabric. It's carefully folded, almost like a parachute, to fit into its small compartment. When it deploys, it tears through a dedicated plastic cover on your steering wheel or dashboard. You might notice small seams on these panels. That's where the airbag is designed to break through. But inflating is only half the job. A fully inflated airbag wouldn't be very helpful. It needs to cushion the impact, not act like a second wall. That's why the airbag has small vents or pores in the fabric. As your body presses against the now inflated bag, the nitrogen gas immediately begins to escape through these vents in a controlled manner. This allows the bag to absorb the energy of your forward momentum, bringing you to a much safer, more gradual stop. By the time the car has come to a complete halt, the airbag has already substantially deflated, giving you room to move. You might also notice a white, powdery substance after an airbag deployed. This is usually just regular cornstarch or talcum powder, which is used to keep the bag lubricated and to help it unfold smoothly and quickly. It's generally harmless, though it can be a bit of an irritant. Over the years, airbag technology has become incredibly sophisticated. What started as a single bag in the steering wheel has evolved into a comprehensive system. Today's cars could have 10 or more airbags. There are front airbags for the driver and passenger, side impact airbags mounted in the seats or doors, and cut-in airbags that deploy from the roofline to protect your head in a side collision or rollover. Some cars even have knee airbags to protect your lower legs. And we're even seeing external airbags being developed to reduce pedestrian injury. Modern systems are also much smarter. They're often called advanced or dual-stage airbags. These systems use additional sensors, like seat weight sensors and seat position sensors, to gather more information about the occupant. For example, the system can detect if the passenger seat is empty and choose not to deploy that airbag, saving on repair costs. More importantly, dual-stage airbags can adjust their deployment force. If the crash is less severe, or if the occupant is smaller or sitting closer to the steering wheel, the airbag can inflate with less force. This reduces the risk of injury from the airbag itself, which was a concern with older, single-stage systems, especially for smaller adults and children. This adaptability makes the entire system safer and more effective for a wider range of crash scenarios and occupant sizes. So, from its slow, mechanical beginnings to the lightning fast, intelligent systems we have today, the airbag has become an indispensable part of vehicle safety. It's a perfect example of how physics, chemistry, and engineering come together to create a device that works in a fraction of a second to protect us when we need it most. The next time you get in your car and see that little SRS or airbag light turn on and then off, you'll know the complex, life-saving system that's standing by, ready to protect you. Thanks for watching our deep dive into airbag technology. I hope you found it as fascinating as I do. If you learned something new, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content about the amazing technology that shapes our world. Drive safe, always wear your seatbelt, and we'll see you in the next video.